Yes. Sit. Down. Down. Yes. Wait. Okay. Drop. Sit. Down. Yes.
Hi.
Hey. Say hello. Say hello.
Bugsy.
And downward dog. Down.
Oh, fluffers.
I have this magical bag of treats.
Oh, is that the treat pack?
Down. Down. Bugsy down. Yes. Good girl.
Aw. What a good girl. Hold on, I'm getting the stool.
I'm gonna put on shorts real quick. I'm kind of exposed.
Yeah, do it.
Be right back.
Okay. Uh-oh. Good evening, Marta.
Evening.
You're good. I'll just pathway here. All right, tonight you're using 2 blocks, a blanket, and a bolster. How's everything with you two? I was out last week.
Yes, you were.
It was last minute. I had to do a photo shoot thing for one of the yoga studios for Black Lotus.
Cool.
So it was kind of last minute where I had to get someone to sub in. How did it go?
It was good.
Good, good.
Do you know her?
No, I know her through passing. We actually collided at a Lifetime gym audition last year, like right before quarantine. And then before then, I had just known her because she used to come and practice at Laughing Lotus Studios when they had their original space. So I kind of knew her before I became a teacher, and I had this interaction over the front desk. So we've kind of like known each other over the years. I know she dabbles in a little bit of yoga and like a little bit of cardio and weight training, I believe it is. So she was a favor for me and jumped in last minute. Otherwise, they would have canceled this class. So I'm glad she was able to hang out for the 45 minutes or hour. All right. We can go ahead and get started. So 2 blocks, a blanket, and your bolster. And let's just come to a comfortable seat of your choice. Perhaps sitting up on one of your props or just on the ground. Anything that feels good this evening. And go ahead and close your eyes. Allow the palms to rest face down on your knees. Take a moment of stillness, collecting yourselves from your day. And pulling it all within, centering and calming. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Gentle sigh out of the mouth. Take the palms together and gently start to rub them together, almost like you're trying to warm up a little bit. And although it's quite warm here in New York City, this warmth is more of a warming from within, kind of like a warming love. Right? There's an energy path called a meridian that starts in the hands and traces up the arms directly to the heart. So by rubbing the palms together, we're just warming the heart a little bit. May the rubbing of the hands inspire a little bit deeper of breath. So breathe a little deeper. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Another big breath in. Big breath out. Release your hands. Allow them to just float in space. And then allow your right hand to come to your heart. Left hand rests on top. Take a soft bowing in towards your heart. And sit up a little bit taller, as in puffing up the heart towards where you bow in. So that the third eye and the heart meet right there in the middle. This evening we'll begin with a mantra meditation practice. Further warming, a loving warming to the heart. It's the first practice one can do when one wants to open their heart. Or find expansion or space. It's also the quickest way to joy. And in the bhakti practice, it's not about what it sounds like. It's just about allowing the feels to come out in whatever resonance comes out. It's a moment to honor the sound within, right? Our own individual voices. Let's begin our practice first with the sacred sound of Om. You can allow it to be a hum if you aren't feeling up to fully singing. Of course, if you feel comfortable, you can part the lips and open for a full Om. Let's breathe in. mantra that we're going to sing tonight is pretty simple. The words are so hum, I am. And we chant this mantra to invoke the greatness within ourselves, to be able to see the greatness within ourselves, so that when we show up to something new, instead of approaching it with fear and doubt and saying I can't, or I'm incapable, or the time isn't right, or whatever excuses we may give, why not show up with I can, followed by because I am strong, or I am capable, I am intelligent, I am adaptable, or whatever you are. We're all individuals on very different paths. So take this mantra and in your own minds and hearts, fill in the blanks. So hum, I am. Listen in, and then we'll sing it together. Just take a few moments to receive the mantra and the affirmations that you filled, that you created. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Release your hands if you haven't already. I know we were singing for a minute. Open your eyes and let's come to lay down for Banana Asana. Thanks for singing or giving that a shot. I'm just going to turn off the AC over here. So that we have as best sound as we can get. So find an X shape at the center of your mat. And before you go into your banana asana, a little different today, lift the arms up and then go ahead and cross the right arm on top of the left. Right? And then bend the elbows, allow the hands to find opposite shoulders, almost like you're giving yourself a hug. Close your eyes, take a big breath in through the nose, and a sigh out of the mouth. And here's where we'll stay for a few minutes in this not banana asana shape, but rather a reclined folded wing. So this is a heart opener. The heart lies in the 5th chakra of the solar plexus in the body. And it's associated with the element of wind. But because we're on the ground, because we're earthing, and the majority of our body is earthing, this is a very grounded heart opening. So it kind of slows the gusty winds that might be churning inside us if we're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, especially now when everything really seems to be jump-starting back into normal. It's like people are like, yes, I'm vaccinated, no more masks. There's no more capacity limit to places. And I don't know, it just seems like a free-for-all. Everyone is ready to jump back into 100%, and that's cool and everything, but let's slow things down a bit. Let's not jump too fast, too quick. Take time to slow down and remember the things that we've learned over this great pause, right? This great global pause. Take advantage of the fact that resonance can be that much more powerful when we're grounded. So breathe in through the nose. And then a gentle hum, keeping the lips sealed. Just notice where the resonance travels to. Do you feel it throughout your back? Try it again. Let's breathe in. And a gentle hum. Could even just be a gentle moan, right? A gentle sigh, keeping the lips sealed. Right? It's very different when the lips are parted, right? Because then the sound gets cast out of us. It's almost like you're giving it away, right? But when we keep the lips sealed, you keep a bit of it for yourself. And sometimes it doesn't feel like a little bit. Sometimes it can feel like a lot, depending on what's going on in our lives or inside this physical body, right? This food body. So let the breath. That's YOLO. I don't know if you hear him, but he's really happy that Dad's home and he wants to hang out with him. So we'll switch sides. Let's take one final breath in. And a sigh out of the mouth. Oh, good. He let him in. Then begin to just gently allow the arms to maybe melt towards the earth or even lift them up towards the sky. Whatever feels more organic to you in coming out. It might feel nice to find a counter stretch and teeing the arms, allowing for an opening across the collarbones. But let breath be the guide here. So even though we're not moving, the breath is. So breathe more, right? For this next hour, breathe more. Go ahead and lift your arms up. And this time cross the left arm on top. Bend the elbows, allow the hands to find opposite shoulders. Yeah, just finding that nice gentle hug.
And as long as it's still comfortable for you, the legs are long on the ground, feet find opposite corners. So we feel really, really grounded, right? The wider we make our stance, whether we're laying down or standing up, the more grounded we can feel, more stabilized. If you haven't yet, take a big breath in through the nose. And a sigh out of the mouth. We ordinarily take this folded wing pose on our bellies. So it's almost a forced push into the pose. Whereas this way, it's a non-weight bearing position. So it's less, it's low impact, I guess you could say, right? Gravity takes course. It's your breath that creates the space, right? The bigger you breathe into your hearts, you'll even notice how the arms maybe rise and lift. And then as you breathe out, you'll notice how the arms kind of gently fall. It's a rise and fall, rise and fall. And even though there isn't any music for practice tonight, we find the melody in the silence, learning to be comfortable with the silence, learning to be comfortable with the nothingness, and just being in what is. Simply content. And deliciously breathing myself as well as being breathed, right? Because even if we don't actively breathe, the body breathes for us. Thank goodness. We forget sometimes. That's the beauty of this practice. Is that it reminds you how precious this breath is, and thusly how precious this life is. Not taking anything for granted, but finding moments of gratitude throughout it all. We have about a minute left here. And please feel free to take any hums throughout your practice, if those felt good when we gave them a try that first round. Indulge in them as much as you feel called to. Last big breath in. Gentle sigh out of the mouth. And then up to you how you choose to come out. You either melt your arms to the ground or you float them back up towards the sky. And then when you're ready, you'll bring the arms up alongside your ears. We'll find Banana Asana now. We'll arc to the left tonight. So right ankle crosses on top of the left. Right hand goes to find the left forearm or wrist. So you create this beautiful crescent moon shape, side bending to the left. So there's a nice big opening on the right side body. Compression on the right, or excuse me, compression on the left. Let's breathe it in and breathe it away. And you can allow the eyes to close and gently let your left cheek maybe fall towards your left shoulder or armpit. So this one also gets into the heart, gets into the sides of the heart. Whereas I forgot to mention, folded wing gets into the back of the heart, which is why we usually take it on our bellies, but we mix it up by taking it on our backs so that it's a little more gentle. But this one really opens up the side body. It as well gets into the belly. So think about breathing into the belly really big. Let it bloom, fill, and rise and fall. You have about a minute left here. Let's breathe it in through the nose. Flutter of the lips, breath out. Do that again, breathe it in. Flutter the lips, breath out. Release your feet. And then release your arms. Find that X shape at the center of your mat. All right, that's start position. And then when you're ready, take your banana asana over to the right. Cross the left ankle over the right. Left hand goes to find the right forearm or wrist. Soften into the pose. Try not to force yourself into it in any way. If the body wants to come out of the arcing shape a little bit, let it, right? The point to yin is no, it's not completely passive. It is active, but there is an element of letting go, right? Trying to find softness in the action. So let's take a breath in. Sigh on the breath out. The eyes remain closed. Your right cheek has fallen towards your right shoulder if you did that on the other side. Final breath in. And a sigh out of the mouth. Breathe in again. This time flutter the lips. Release your feet. And then your arms. Up to you if you want to find some stretches. Stretching towards the corners of the room, or if you'd like to just remain still to receive the pose. And then when you're ready, taking your counter movements, we'll meet sitting up. So you can either roll to one side. That's a nice way to sit up. Let's just do that all together. Taking things nice and slow. The other way would be to rock and roll, rock and roll. But we're here to chill things out a little bit. All right, next pose is half dragonfly. So grab your blanket. That's going to become a seat for you to sit on, just sitting right at the edge so it acts more as a little wedge. So it hikes up the sit bones a little bit and we're not dumping back into the lower back. We feel a little bit more present. Right, and a little bit more in the future as well. The point is that sometimes without that support, we tend to round, and it can be difficult to sit up. So having that blanket there helps us be more erect. And then you'll grab your bolster to extend your right leg and slip the bolster underneath the right knee. And then the blocks will come with you, and we're going to take them down the center, so find the V shape, right? Find the left knee, the right knee, and that will be right where you fold straight down the center. The blocks will come underneath your third eye to rest. You can set them up to any height that makes sense for you. Make sure they're nice and stable so that you can really fully relax into the pose. So there's a bend of the left knee. The left foot steps on the inside of the right thigh. I don't think I mentioned that part. My bad. Exactly. Yes. Wonderful. And then if the blocks aren't high enough for you, you can even slip the bolster a little bit more forward. So it almost kind of cheats in like a third block. So then you've got a little bit more height coming at you. So that you can really let the head go. You know, unless you have any sort of neck injury where you shouldn't be forward folding to sacrifice the vertebrae, don't do that, of course. But this is a nice way to soften and quiet the mind. Of course, the practice is yours. Find any position that feels comfortable. Soften into the pose and take a breath in. And a sigh out of the mouth. And the hands can fall wherever they need to fall. This is a nice place for some flutters of the lips and maybe even rocking the third eye from side to side. Giving the third eye a massage. Even getting into the eyebrows, right? We don't realize how much tension we hold right in the eyebrows. That's like one of my favorite places to give myself a little little facial massage. Jonathan knows. He's seen my little face rollers. I think it's called gouaching. It's wonderful. If you haven't tried it, I recommend it. It's these wonderful crystal stones. You can choose your type of crystal. I have a labradorite. I can't remember what its benefit is. I just really like the color green. But but they're these wonderful little rollers that you can roll over your face, cheekbones, jawline. They're great if you have headaches or just stress or tension in the face. Or if you have suffer from TMJ or jaw tension, feels really nice. Especially feels great in the summertime because you can chill them in the freezer. Ugh, forget about it. It's like a day at the spa for me. I get the essential oils, get the chilled out face rollers, do a little yin. That was like my quarantine. We've got a minute left here. See if you can go a little bit deeper, maybe exploring different heights to your blocks, just to see what happens. You know, you never know. Try not to shy away from a new experience. And then, of course, if it's not for you and you felt comfortable with what you had previous, then honor that. Go back to it. There's no harm in that. It's called honesty. It's called being humble. Right? We're here to help our bodies. We're not here to injure or force. Right? Here to heal. Final breath in. And a sigh out of the mouth. Use your hands to press yourself upright. It's all right if those blocks fall. And then we'll shape shift this half dragonfly to the other side. So slowly rebend your right knee in. Take the bolster and switch over to the left side. You'll then extend the left leg. Oh, that'll feel really nice after that compression. Extend that left leg over your bolster. This time the right knee bends, bringing the right foot, sole of the foot, to the inside of the left thigh. Toes point in the direction of the lengthened leg. And if you brought that bolster a little bit more forward, go ahead and do that again here. And set your blocks up, set up your pose, and I'll meet you on the other side. And honor, also, you know, speaking of honor and honesty, honor each side, you know, individually. If something doesn't feel right that you did on the other side and this new side needs different support, then do that, right? See what you can do to help support yourself, to, you know, set yourself up for success, so to speak. Right? How can I make this most enjoyable, or nurturing, or nutritious even, right? The yin practice rehydrates the body, no matter who we are, no matter how young or old we are. The fact is, no matter how young or old we are, the body is aging. The body is slowly dehydrating. So the yin practice restores the hydration, right? As well as restoring mobility. Less congestion of the joints. A minute left here. See where you can go. See what parts of you can breathe that you haven't breathed before. Take an internal scan of the body. What part of you feels tense or blocked? Send the breath there. Final breath in. Big flutter of the lips, breath out. Use your hands to press yourself upright. Slow. Blocks to the side. Slowly rebend your left knee. Bolster to the side, and we'll set up for our next pose. Next pose is shoelace pose, so we'll come to all fours. A block will come to the back of our mats. Hands and knees. We're going to step our right knee to the center of our mat. Left knee comes behind it, so we snuggle it just behind. Both knees and shins are grounded. Widen the feet as wide as your mat. Go ahead and let's make some circles here. little circles with the hips in one direction. Last 3, 2, 1. Take it in the opposite direction. It might feel a little funny. The body might be like, "Hey, I can't draw a circle that way." Just keep trying. Familiarize the body with it. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, find some stillness. Then begin to shift your hips back towards the block that hopefully is close enough for you to come and sit on. Oof. Knees are stacked, one on top of the other, and the feet are as wide as the mat. And if they narrow off a bit, that's okay. That's okay. Same thing goes if the top knee wants to come up a little bit, that's okay too. All right, it's all gradual and it's all one in the same shape, right? They kind of fit one into the other. Hands can either find your feet, the ground, or your lap. Excuse me. If you can, close your eyes and try to relax into this bind. The hips are our second chakra in the solar plexus. Its element is water. Now, water can be flowing, and water can also be still. But what's the difference? Flowing water almost acts like filtration, circulation. Still water tends to hold a bit of stagnation. The hips are also associated with this idea of change and how challenging it is for most of us to step into newness or unknown or change, right? Change is challenging no matter what it is. But it has everything to do with our ability to let go, with our choice to let go. Right? Of the things that don't serve us, of the things that stagnate us, that create these built up tensions in the body. Tensions that can show up from trauma, through time, through habit. So just the same, we can change habit for something that feeds and fuels us. It's important not to shy away from the difficult, because it's the difficult that helps us to appreciate the greatness in ourselves and the greatness in the world. To truly be grateful, because we know just how hard it can be. To be happy. Or fulfilled. Take a breath in. Sigh out of the mouth. Slowly use your hands. Begin to shift your weight forward into your hands and knees. You'll then uncross the left leg, extending the leg, tucking the toes, maybe shifting forward and back. And then you'll switch out the legs. And then when you're ready, we'll take this shoelace pose on the left side. So the left shin will come to the center of our mat. Right shin comes to cross behind it. Just snuggle it in nice and close. Both knees and shins are grounded. Widen the feet as wide as you can. And then let's take a few circles in one direction. Ugh. Try your best to make it a circle. I know it's funny. The hips get involved as well as the belly. Last 3, 2, and 1. Take those circles in the opposite direction. Woo. Over time, the circles will start to make sense. And then find the stillness. And then start to shift the hips back, back, back to find your block. Again, hopefully it's there for you to sit. And whatever happens to the knees, if it starts to spit you out a little bit, that's okay. Totally okay. You can even come out of it a little bit by bringing the left foot to the ground. So there's a slightly deeper bend in the knee, right? And the knee will be pointing up towards the sky. But wherever you are, find your peace. Place the hands wherever you felt most at peace. Breathe it in. And breathe it away. And sit up tall. Yeah, really nice. You can either have a soft gaze down the brim of your nose, or you can close your eyes. See if the hum can maybe help soften you into the pose, maybe offering a little bit of a lullaby to the self, a little bit of reassurance. Right? There's a reason why we hum babies to sleep, right? Or to calm them down when they've been crying, because it works. I was out in Long Island a little bit ago visiting my sister because it was her child's first birthday. And she started walking before her first birthday. It's amazing. She even had a full head of hair out of the womb. I swear, this girl is so forward. She's so progressive. But it was a big party, right? My sister had a nice huge party, like unicorns, not actual unicorns, that'd be amazing. Unicorn balloons, there was like a big bounce house. And, my mom was there, and, basically everyone that came, they all brought their babies. And there was this one baby that was with the young, like the baby. And at this party, the babies were just being passed around to everybody. Like I held on to a couple babies at this party, but my mom, she got the loud baby at one point. And even in this party, she was humming this baby to calm, to soothe, and got it to go to sleep, got this child to go to sleep at this party, and got him to stop crying. All right, we've been here long enough. Take a breath in and a sigh out. Sometimes a story helps speed things along. Walk your hands forward, shift your weight forward, lengthen your right leg. Couple pulses forward and back if that felt nice the last round. You'll bring that knee to the ground and then you'll switch it out. But man, I don't know if it's the hums or if it's the moms. Maybe it's both. Either way, it's special. Powerful. All right. Last pose before Shavasana. Or actually, let's see. Yeah. In the heart of the summer season, we must open up the heart and a little bit of the throat. So yes, we're going to use our bolster. This is perfect. Bolster down the center of our mat. We're going to use this for this pose and the one after, so it's super, super perfect. Puppy pose, Anahatasana. You're going to find a child's pose, so widen the knees, big toes come to touch. This is a nice, solid foundation for when we lift the hips and come forward. So what I like to do is, if you can, maybe slide the hands forward. If not, walk the hands forward as far as you can get them. Drop and melt your heart onto the bolster. The hips are hiking up towards the sky. And you're supported by your shins and the tops of your ankles. So really press down, not too hard, but just make a little bit more of a connection there. Try not to rely solely on your knees. Try to soften into this. Right, relax the elbows and breathe in. And a gentle breath out. Be very cautious with your breathing, since this is a throat opener. Even be soft with your gaze. Try not to crunch the forehead or tense the face. Those muscles are connected to the muscles in the back of our neck. We don't want to add any extra pressure or tension. I see Jonathan has puppy problems right now.
Oh, to be a new dad.
And I was totally crunching my forehead.
Really nice. Half a minute left to go. We're not here for very long. But this helps to move up and out all of the winter storage, especially now with, with these summer months. It's been really, really hot here. And we had some pretty gnarly storms today. Thunderstorms. So this is a great pose to rid the lungs of the toxins that may have built up over the winter months. All right, we're gonna make our way out of this pose. You're gonna use your hands, even press down into your shins. Walk your hands back, and up to you, maybe you come into a seated position or a child's pose. I recommend a seated position. Since that was a big heart opener, you wanna refrain from maybe folding forward too quickly. And then we'll make our way into deer pose. So right hip faces the bolster, and I create this kind of mermaid shape with the legs. I have my blanket. I'm gonna wedge it between my legs so that there's no bone-to-bone contact. Good. And my hip is not on the bolster, it's right up against the bolster. It's long ways, and I'm going to frame the bolster with my hands. Breathing in, looking up. And then walking the hands forward to drape my torso onto the bolster. My right cheek comes to the bolster. And I just completely surrender. Big breath in through the nose. And a sigh out of the mouth. Close the eyes. Accentuate the breaths in through the belly. And even accentuate the breaths in through the heart. See how that fills up the whole back of you, right? The back of the heart, middle back, and low back. Feel free to hum, breathing in through the nose, humming through the lips. Breathing in again, and humming out. All the dogs and cats
Love the Yin Yoga practice. Don't they know a comfy situation when they see one? Take a breath in. Big flutter of the lips, breath out. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders, press into your hands, and slowly roll up through the back of the heart to an upright position. And then we'll just take this pose over to the other side. Take your blanket with you, so keep the knees connected. Find the mermaid shape of the leg. So what I mean by that is mermaid shape is the knees are staggering, right? Or stacking. So up to you if you want to stack the knees or stagger. Either way, it's up to you. We'll frame the bolster with our hands. Take a breath in. And then you slowly, as you exhale, walk the hands forward. Maybe first coming onto the forearms. And then if it's comfortable, you lower everything down. Left cheek to the bolster. Breathe it in and breathe it away. Inhale through the nose, and then flutter through the lips. That's it, do it again. Breathe in through the nose. Get audible with your flutter, breathe it out. Remember to breathe big into the bellies and the hearts. Breathe in through the nose. Gentle hum on the breath out. Again, like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Press into the hands to roll up through the back of the heart. Head arrives last. And then we'll make our way into Shavasana. Take your bolster, slide it underneath your knees or behind your thighs. In any place that feels comfy. Maybe that blanket behind your head. So it acts as a pillow. Keep the spine nice and long. The chin is not hiking up towards the sky, and the chin is not crunching down towards the chest, right? So you try to find that happy medium. Otherwise, just laying flat on the ground is beautiful as well. Spread the arms wide, legs are wide, palms face the sky. Surrender to the earth and take a big breath in. Big sigh out of the mouth. Again, like that, breathe in. This time, lion's breath out. Stick out your tongue. Again, breathe in. Even bigger, make some noise. Stick out your tongue. Never shy away from your voices. Let your whole body heavy into the ground. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Let the backs of your heels heavy and your calf muscles. The backs of your knees are heavy. And your thighs are heavy. Feel your hip bones, your pelvis get heavy. Your low belly, mid belly, ribs, the whole back body gets heavy. Feel the backs of your hands get heavy. And almost like sand pouring over you, just feel the weight heavy all over the body, up the arms, over the heart, the back of the head heaviness. Even the jaw softens and the tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. The eyebrows soften. And the breath is soft. Please stay on your backs. We'll all mount class right here, honoring the journey, giving it back to Mother Earth, so that when we invoke
This idea of I am, taking words as great energy, filling in the blanks with positive words of affirmation. Positive affirmations. I am strong, you are strong. I am capable and you are capable. And so on and so on. And whatever affirmations you filled for yourself in your practice this evening. Let's close out with our Soham mantra. I am, I am. Breathe in. Breath in for Om. Feel free to hum it out if you'd like. Breathe in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. From me to you, and you to yours. Stay as long as you wish on your backs. I'll see you next time. Beautiful, beautiful practice.